Hi, my name is Sandra Brown. I graduated from Booker T. Washington High School in 1961 and went into a summer
He
program.
wants you to start over.
We could hear the whole entire time.
Oh,
The camera's not here. We just watching you from the sidelines.
okay,
All right, in three, we could hear the whole time. You're just having a conversation with your friend.
okay.
All right, cool.
Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, my name is Sandra Brown. I graduated in 1961 from Booker T. Washington High School in Atlanta and went immediately into a summer program at Morris Brown College. Went to Morris Brown College from 1961 to 1964, came back later and graduated. I've lived in Atlanta forever. I'm an Atlanta native, a Grady baby as they call it. I was a member of SNCC, joined SNCC late 1961, early 1962. I worked with them probably for 3 years, 2 or 3 years.
And what was it like in the SNCC office? He's a perfectionist. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Cool. Go ahead, talk.
Okay.
Go
So tell
ahead.
us what it was like in the SNCC office, and just the organization in general.
Okay, I didn't do a lot in the office. We would meet up, and because I was on Morris Brown campus, I never met at the Quadrangle. They came from the Quadrangle to Morris Brown. The bridge at Morris Brown was the turning point. So what we did there is once you got to the bridge, it was decided that if you were willing to go ahead and go on, you did. If you couldn't go on, or if for some reason there were problems with whatever reason, you would turn around and go back. But the bridge was the final point to go. We went there, we went to marches, demonstrations, a bunch of stuff. We were students.
Silence.
Downtown Atlanta.
I know. And if you want to mention the mission of SNCC, you know, we all know the ultimate goal, but just, you know.
I don't even remember the mission,
I-
just to
no,
get
not-
things
not-
going.
Yeah,
Oh.
not word for word,
Mhm.
but just, you know, because we envision just tourists from all over the world and kids and students being able to see this that don't know anything about SNCC. So,
Okay.
you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
SNCC was Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee. I remember listening to things that were going on in other cities with other students. And then I heard Julian Bond and I think Mr. Lonnie King making a statement, and I thought, well, this is something I might want to get involved in, because what happened is when you grew up, in my generation, when we grew up in a segregated Atlanta, or Jim Crow, as you want to call it, we didn't know any better, you know. We thought this was life. But to hear people saying that you don't have to live like this, that you are a first-class citizen, but you got to fight for it, you know, you built the country, you needed to be here, it made me want to do something, if not for me, for my future generations, for my child or children that I thought I would have eventually. But it was just something different, something to look forward to. I remember a sign at the fairgrounds in Atlanta that said, "Niggas and dogs are not allowed." And it was signed by the mayor, William Hartsfield, you know. He signed it, he didn't care. And then I remember when they finally decided to let black people go to the fair, it was on a Thursday. They would close the Atlanta Public Schools early, and it said, "Nigga and Dog Thursday." You know, we were called niggas constantly. And I had a problem with that. You know, my grandmama taught me that I was not a nigga, that a nigga was not a person. It was a personality or something different, you know. So this is not you. So when I had the opportunity to do something different. I wanted to help make a difference. It weren't for a name or to be in history books or whatever. It was just to make a difference for my people. And that's what I did. So I enjoyed my time there.
Tell us about the Heart of Atlanta Motel picnics and the owner and your refusal to serve.
The Heart of Atlanta Motel was one of those places where we knew we were not allowed to go. The pick grit and Lester Matters is a joke. But this man hired people to work in his cafeteria. And when we tried to demonstrate or when we tried to go in, he would have his people, his black people who were working there, beat us with looked like a baseball bat or whatever. He was determined that a black person would never ever enter his restaurant. But things changed because he was not the only white, influential white, as you might want to say, who did this. Ivan Allen, who was one of the mayors for in the 60s, you know, who was supposed to be one of the progressive mayors, said that black people would never live on Peyton Road. So he had city employees take heavy-duty equipment and block off Peyton Road at what was then Gordon Road, because he said black people would never live there. You know, so it was not just one person that was low down, it was a bunch of them. But you had to change the mindset of all of these people. And in order to change the mindset, you had to be willing to just do whatever you had to do over and over again. You know, you couldn't just go do it one time and leave. We tried sitting at lunch counters. And you had to be programmed to sit at a lunch counter. You know, you could not just go sit at a lunch counter. They had to teach you. You know, it was like we were programmed on how to act, you know, because some of us, even though we were a part of this student nonviolent coordinating committee, people like me grew up in the projects, and you know, you're just gonna do so much. But I thank God that he allowed me to not show that side. You know, I was spit on in Richards, and I never could get the colored water and the white water, or the colored bathrooms and the white bathroom. I knew that I had to use the colored bathroom, but I couldn't deal with the water part. You know, how is the water colored? It still looks clear to me. So one of the highlights of being a part of SNCC was to be able, when Richards was finally integrated, to be able to drink out of whatever water fountain I wanted to drink out of, to be able to use whatever bathroom I wanted to use, and to actually be able to have dinner in the Magnolia Room, because we would not allow anywhere near the Magnolia Room. And even though now you have bad experience, but they go away. And now it's hard for me to realize that there's not a Richards department store downtown, because I always felt that as long as I lived, there was going to be a Richards department store downtown. And not only is there not a Richards department store, there's not even a Richards anymore. So those are the kind of things that you kind of look back on, and it's sad, even though you had to protest or demonstrate to be a part of it. And for instance, integration. To me, the worst thing